So I purchased another Yugo Capture K98 from World Tiger before the prices went up. Figured why not? Glad I did before they raised the price. I believe they're not out of stock, so hard to say when or if they'll get more of them. So I kind of rolled the dice on it and see what I got. So looking here at the buttstock, see it's got a flat butt plate. And looks like they put a wood plug right here where the sling goes through. Kind of debating if I want to remove that. Same with the kind of makeshift sling swivel that was put in here. Whether I want to remove that and kind of restore it to its original configuration. I do have a spare K98 stock, so I guess I'll think about what I want to do with it. It's always an option. Parts look good. You know, finish is kind of worn, but nothing that didn't expect. You can see it's got the really crude late war style bands here. I do have some original bands that are in better shape that I might swap out these bands for. Same with the spring. You can see here the finish is probably pretty much gone. I'll know more when I clean it, but it looks like it's probably going to be in the white. It's got a new sight hood on it as well. Let's go ahead and flip it over. So this is the other side. Go ahead and take a closer look. You can see it's got a crack here in the stock. Got a faint serial number as well. You can see the other side of that wood plug. Not a lot of finish left, but the metal does look like it's in pretty good shape. No serious pitting or anything. Take a look here at the underside. You can see it's a pretty crude sling swivel was put in there. So I may just remove it and repair that part of the stock. You can see there the floor plate, pretty much no finish left. It does have both retaining screws though. It looks like it did take some kind of a ding here recently. Overall, the wood looks pretty sound. There is a bit of a gouge here, looks like. But overall, I mean, I'd say it looks like it's in pretty decent shape so far. Go ahead and take a look at the bore. This bore looks alright. I'll have to take some pictures of it after I clean it up. But the grooves and the rifling in it looks pretty decent. Bolt looks pretty good too. It's just dirty. A little bit of pitting here underneath the over here on the bolt, but otherwise looks pretty good. Just needs to be cleaned. So I'll get to work on this, take it apart, and I'll show you what all the parts look like after I strip it down. It's got all taken apart. You can see here the receiver and the barrel. As pretty much expected, you can see right where the wood line is. A lot of dirt underneath it, but it looks like a lot of the original finish is intact up until you see the exposed part of the barrel. It's fairly clean, I mean, compared to some of the other ones I've seen. I don't see like the bugs and tons of vegetation under there. Stock is pretty dirty, but it looks like you can see there's a little bit of the vegetation in there. Might be a few bugs. looks pretty good, I'd say. This looks pretty good too. Looking at the parts, as expected, I mean the bluing's a lot better in the areas that weren't exposed. Still have to take apart this firing pin here. This cocking indicator here is pretty much locked in there, so I have to work on that a little bit to get that free. All other parts look good except the spring here for the magazine. It actually broke right here, so I have to replace that part. But I mean, otherwise the parts look fine. I am considering with the barrel bands, I do have some extras that I might use that are in better condition. I might swap out just because these are pretty rough, but I have to think about it. So here it is all cleaned up, got it taken apart, cleaned all the parts. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at it. You can see here there's like a remnant of a stock number. Probably the rack number when it was in Armory. Butt plate turned out pretty well. You can see here there's a lot of finish worn, but there's still some finish left. Fair amount. Obviously not a lot, but you know, it's not in the white. I did replace the bands here. I had some spare bands and just threw those on just because I think they look a lot better than the welded ones that were on there. You can see there a lot of bluing missing pretty much in the white, and I got a cleaning rod for it, put that in there. Let's go ahead and flip it over. So here's the other side. I mean, not much different. You can see that the serial number on the buttstock does match the serial number of the rifle. The sling's a reproduction. You can get a lot of those reproduction slings either on IMA or at the front or other places. You can see there it's pretty much in the white as well. So overall, a pretty good rifle. I mean, I think at the time they're about $500, so I mean, compared to what you see on Gunbroker, I'd say it's decent. The bore came out pretty well too. It's definitely good enough to shoot. I'll be taking it to the range here soon when ammo prices get a little more normal, and I'll be shooting a bunch of the rifles I got from the Ethiopian cache so you guys can see how they go. But thank you for watching. If you'd like to see more videos like this, feel free to like and subscribe.